and happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome to Woodbine Racing Live. Elisa Blow alongside Jeff Brad as we get set for a very busy afternoon, not only here at Woodbine with the 11 races that we have and the return of Emma Jane Wilson, but also we'll be watching intently down at Del Mar for Breeders' Cup events. Those will kick off in race number 4 on their program, and they're about an hour away from the opener on the card.
Yeah, we saw some quote-unquote Woodbine representation do well yesterday on the program. Cy Fair, who won the Algonquin, went on to win the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint. So that was all obviously very, very exciting to see. You know, we saw a heavy favorite win the Juvenile, and will be the Derby favorites. And yeah, and then there was an upset in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, and some big prices, which is kind of the order of the day. But Elisa, I must admit, I drove in today. I'm tired. I'm cranky. I'm worried. I'm excited.
I know. Last night was a ball of emotions.
I can't handle this. I'm glad it's ending tonight. Win or lose, I just emotionally, I'm a wreck.
Last night when the ball got jammed in the wall,
I think
my jaw just
yeah.
And then they had to, because I thought, okay, we're tied up, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I even texted my dad, it's like 11 o'clock at night, and said, like, can you believe this?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't even know what to do in that situation. Like, because, you know, you could even see the
player.
Well,
they made a risky play, the Dodger guy, by not playing it, because had they ruled that, you know, it was a live ball, then those guys would have scored no problem.
And we're tied up.
But the big thing about the Jays, and you have to give them credit for this, is they are the most resilient team I have seen. So
they're
going to bounce back. They're going to bounce back tonight. But man, like literally, at least I shouldn't let it affect me as much as it does. But I'm a wreck right now.
I know. Look, I was driving home last night, and for those of you who aren't familiar, I have a long drive, like an hour and a half commute in and back. And there wasn't a soul on the roads last night. I made it home in an hour. It normally takes me an hour and a half because, I mean, everybody was watching the Jays game. And today is also one of my favorite days of the year, November the 1st, because candy goes on sale for half price.
Yeah, no, that's true. And you know what? I am glad that Emma Wilson is returning today and not yesterday, because one thing about Emma that she loves to do is she loves to scare everybody. Halloween is like her favorite holiday. So I have now dodged 2 consecutive Halloweens being Emma-free.
That's right. You missed. She missed last year,
and she had something planned for us last year. So I am just
not for me, for you.
Now I wish that she would miss Halloween, not for the reasons that she has missed Halloween. Like maybe she's won the lottery or something like that, and she doesn't want to ride anymore. But she's back today on 2 pretty live horses, and we want to wish her all the best. But I'm very thankful. If there was one day I don't want to see Emma, it is on Halloween.
So we'll be watching for that today, and of course, Breeders' Cup action. Yesterday, good day at the office. Fraser Abley had a couple of nice wins on the program. Forster's Exec was one of them. Rafael Hernandez with a couple of nice winners on the program as well. And, you know, other than that, we had a trainer with an exactor, and that was Pat Dixon, who ran 1-2, very similar to what we had on Thursday, where Steve Chirkop ran 1-2.
Look at some of the smaller outfits that won yesterday. Joe Russo, Mike Dunslow, Dominic Polzinelli, Terry Brooker.
Yep, chances for lots of people to make some winter cash. All right, what do we got? Take a look at what happened this morning with Ernie Perry out on the racetrack. And, you know, it was quite cool. Look, it wasn't that bad this morning out in my neck of the woods, but out here at, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm sure it's a little cool. He rated the track a 3. Now, last week, he rated the track a 2.5 on the Sunday program, saying it was incredibly slow. One thing he's mentioned today that he almost never mentions is that the outside was faring far better today. Work of the day came from the Cassie outfit, that being Super Caliber, and best bet of the day today comes up in race number 6, which is the 2-year-old event.
Let's look up Super Caliber, because that name does not ring a bell to me. No, has never run here, is a $500,000 gun runner.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, the big Stallions had a big day yesterday, didn't they?
The gun runners did great.
So ran twice at Saratoga and once at Keeneland. Didn't take a ton of money in any of those races, but maybe woke up on the synthetic. That's a Live Oak Plantation horse. Okay,
so we'll be watching for that one. Hopefully we'll see that horse before the year is out here. Cassie is well represented on today's program with a number of horses on this afternoon's program. All right. Let's get started with the handicapping. We will begin in the opener on the program today. First race, maiden optional $25,000 claimers. This race for 2-year-olds. Yesterday we had our first 2-year-old claimed out of a race, and that was Daou, who went into Phil Hall's barn. I got to talk to Phil because he's been claiming up a storm. He's been taking a whole bunch of horses in the last couple of weeks, so he is loaded up. Whether or not he's going away for the winter or not is another question. But in this spot, we have a horse who had a really nice debut, and that was I Know You Can Wait.
Appropriate after a Game 6 loss last night. So I Know You Can Wait one more day. And the first-time starter taking some money in here is Key Cornerstone. This one's got some Cheesewood breeding in it out of a mare that's produced a stakes place horse named Western Curl. The mare, as a matter of fact, is a half to a Group 1 winner, and a half to Escondarea was that mare too. So that mare is obviously a really, really nice individual. But the replay horse that you just spoke of is I Know You Can Wait. And this one lost to a heavy favorite last time out at 3-5, that being My Covenants. But right now we're having a nice little tracking trip in here on the inside, and it's got some run. And you know, the rider is the rider and horse, I think, are in good sync right now. Like, they're kind of getting along really nicely. Like Pietro's saying, not yet, not yet, not yet, and they kind of got to get it out of the spot. And now they do. Another gets from the rail to the 3-path in here. I thought, all in all, the horse finishes up very, very well and gets past Digital Security late to hold on to that second place position right on the money. But just keeps coming. You know, not a horse that's got a great turn of foot, but just a plotter nonetheless. But the one stat, Elisa, that is one of the more amazing stats that we have here at Woodbine, and I bring it up all the time, and Mike DePaulo is probably going to kill me for saying it so many times. But Mike DePaulo, the last 2 years with maiden second-time starters, 0 for 35.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think. That's the only reason I put the horse second.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that he's hooked a really tough group.
I would agree with that.
I mean, we don't really know what to expect from the two firsters, but you know, some of these other horses have been trying maidens for a quarter. One is dropping, that being the Pat Dixon horse, Deputy Ghost, and he'll put the blinkers on with that one here today. But you know, just based off of that first lifetime start, I think we're sitting on something. Whether or not it happens or not, we will have to wait and see.
The only concern I have with Deputy Ghost is why the horse ran that bad last time out.
But they're adding blinkers, so maybe, you know, he's still a baby, still trying to figure him out. And the barn was in the winner's circle on yesterday's program. Next topic comes up in race number 4 on the card, and that's another 2-year-old event. It's where we kick off the pick for you this afternoon. And this is where we find the return of Emma Wilson. She's got Sans Dancer in this race for Steve Attard, who is sitting on something big. It's just a matter of if this horse is ready to go today, or if John Mattini's got Master Steel primed and ready. This is a brother to Cara Cara, who, if you play this racetrack often, you know that that's John's superstar. A good 3rd place finish in the first lifetime start, backed away just slightly and gets onto the Lasix program here today, which indicates that we had the horse had bled.
Very good run. You know, very encouraging run for sure for, you know, the Mattini barn. They've had a bit of a frustrating year, and they're obviously hoping to have some late season success, but a very encouraging debut for sure. So that's a real positive sign too. You got some fillies taking on the boys, one of them being Sans Dancer, and the other one being the 3 for the Barrow outfit in here. Doug's going to go towards the 2. We have a first-time starter on the outside, Stella Point. That one's from the same family as Reverse Psychology. I'm kind of interested with Duck, because I really like the horse's first start. The Simcoe I wasn't as thrilled with, but now we have been freshened up a little bit, and we're going to go to the Duck and the Goose now. And here's a look at the Duck, and there's the Goose.
Oh, and he's getting a kiss.
Oh, that is pretty adorable. Likes to goose around, says Roberts.
Really cute.
Look at the bright eye on that horse.
Robert has such a good time in the morning visiting everybody.
But what do you think, like, from a class point of view with Duck? So was it one of those restricted races first time out for a horse that went through the sale, then the Simcoe? So a lot of people might be saying, man, this is a massive drop.
It's not really.
I don't think it is either. No. If anything, it's a teeny tiny drop down in class.
Maybe teeny, or exactly the same. Hard to say, levels. But levels, as we like to talk about. But yeah, I still think that John's sitting on a nice one with the signature red. I just, you know, the fact that Pietro's back aboard here again today. You will see the one horse show up on the Clocker report for the afternoon as well. That's Call Me Bond, who was second in the career debut at 20 to 1.
Yeah,
30 to 1 last start out. All right. Next topic comes up for us in race number 5, fifth race, a wide open $7,500 claimer. And, you know, we have a scratch in here of the 6-horse Guildsman. That's a steward scratch from this race. And there's some old pros in here, you know, Military Force, he's a 7-year-old. You got Mambo on through, who's a 7-year-old. Border Town, a 9-year-old. From a barn that had a nice win on the program yesterday, that being Dominic Pozzanelli. So a little bit of some horses in here that are seasoned with age. You've got a replay, though, of a horse who might have gotten into some trouble last start out.
You ever have those days where, like, you wake up, you're walking into the wall, you're stubbing your toes, you're getting into traffic, you're just like, I should just stayed in bed? Well, that's what happened last time out to Military Force. Now, the winner of this race runs off the screen, this being Ella Lacran. So let's not focus on the winner. Let's just focus on the horse that's highlighted right now. And this poor horse had one of the more frustrating journeys I have seen in a long, long time. He's got some run right now, this one does. And just keep watching the 5, keep watching the 5. We have nowhere to go. Like, he's got a lot of horse right now, nowhere to go. Has to wait. Now, okay, we've extricated ourselves off the rail. Things are improving, Elisa. Uh-oh, they're not, because we still can't. Oh, where's the split? Where's the split? Oh, watch this. We have to pull on the brakes right here. Like, just, this poor horse never got a chance to run. Never, ever. Now, were we going to beat the winner? No. Were we going to be second? Probably not. But I still think there was a legit excuse last time of why the horse ran as poorly as he did in that most recent race. He still managed to finish 4th, but he had a major excuse as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's an interesting trip, how he finds himself into so much trouble. But, you know, Mambo on 3 could be sitting on something. I mean, I get that they took this horse to Fort Erie, and normally that'll turn me off of a horse at Woodbine, that they weren't able to win at Woodbine, so they thought, let's go to Fort Erie and see if we can get some wins there. But they protected the horse there, so they didn't want to lose him. Ran second to a good horse in Small Talk, that being a Callahan horse who was down there and at a good price. And then ran second last start behind Bella Future. So, you know, I think we're in the right spot coming back here today with Salas getting the mount again. Salas rode this horse a couple of times. One of them was that second place finish at Fort Erie.
Right. And, like, listen, at this time of the year, these races can sometimes come up a little bit tough because you got a lot of horse with back class in it. I don't think this field's come up all that tough for $7,500.
Yeah, no, I think because yesterday we had a lot of 5 claimers. You know, a lot of horses kind of went that way, especially in the first race on the program. But yeah, wide open 75 for race number 5 on the card. 6th race on the program is where we head to next, and this is a maiden special weight. It is a baby race for the 2-year-old fillies. 3/4 the distance here with a field of 8 lots of first-time starters. Last week on Sunday, Jeff, remember we were sitting in here after the first race, and I said, oh my goodness, look at all the schoolers outside.
Now we know why.
Now we know why. Yeah, there are a ton of firsters in race number 6.
Now the favorite is kind of an interesting story because this horse had been working down the States and then went through a digital sale in August and sold for $75,000. So Cassie's not had this horse all that long, and this is a Candy ride, and you know, that's a pretty good stallion. And you know, they paid basically what the stud fee was. So the previous owners of this horse, they obviously invested a lot of money to get this one to where she is right now. I do like one of the other firsters. I don't know about you, but I kind of like this Mystical Magic. This first-time starter from the Kevin Attard outfits.
Nice works.
Yeah, nice works. A half to Professor's Ride, who was a restricted stakes winner. You get Pietro aboard. I just, those that have run, I'm just not that excited about them. Like Twist of Sugar's had a lot of chances. Luring Amy ran okay last time out. I think I got to gravitate to some of these firsters. And then you have the inside horse, Bells of Paradise. And from a pedigree point of view, if this one's anything like her brother, Notorious Gangster, then that's definitely one we got to keep an eye on.
That's the reason I tossed this horse in, because it's a half to Notorious Gangster and because it's a Yaupon. I think these Yaupons are going to be all right.
And he's great with first-timers.
Exactly. Yeah. So we have a couple of Yaupons in this race. The 1, Bells of Paradise. The 5, Darwin Banak's horse, who also has put up some nice works as well. Sienna Aura. That's an interesting first-time starter. And the other one I wanted to point out was the Vacoma, of course, Vanish. That's the first-time starter winner that Mark Cassey sends out with Campos doing the riding. Anytime we have a Vacoma, we kind of gravitate towards them here as well.
Yeah, that's the mare's first foal, and with a couple of different sales. So what I always like is when you increase in value. First time out sold for $47, then sold for $120,000, which I think is encouraging. So.
All right, let's go to the 7th race. 7th race will kick off the late pick 5. It's a maiden event for $25,000 going 3/4 of a mile. Now, for Jeff and I to play our pick 4 at a reasonable price, we did find a key today because we have these 2-year-olds in the mix and, we want to go fairly deep in those 2-year-old races. We think the key in this race is the 4 Let's Go Super from Mark Cassey.
You know who this horse reminds me a little bit about? Is Super Iconic yesterday. It was so important that Super Iconic capitalized yesterday because it was in absolutely the right spot. And for Let's Go Super, this is the spot. She has to win today because if she doesn't win today, I don't know what you do. I mean, if you finish second, I guess you come back for 25. But let's face it, she's beautifully bred. I know she hasn't panned up to be the horse they thought she was, but I mean, she's run against Spellcheck, she's run against Boca Queen, Revelers Row. This race is hers. Now she's going to go to the front. That's usually what she does, but she does get a little bit late in her races, which is cause for concern. Now, Ron's going towards Ook Pick, the owl.
Yes.
That's who we kind of liked first time out and didn't run really all that great, but a beautiful looking horse. Surprise, surprise, a big horse.
From Bev's Barn.
From the Bev Chubb outfits.
And then the 8, Monty's in. I think, you just toss out those races for 40. They were too tough. If you look at the race for a quarter, going 3/4 of a mile, you'll see a good second place effort in behind Gretna Green. So this seems to be the right price tag for the 8. Was there any? Oh, you know what? I just wanted to toss it. Let's keep our eye on this 3 horse as well. Many Mo Kisses. Remember, she had schooled a number of times because she was quite nervous. But she was much, much better on race day, and she did lead the way on the grass. Going a mile. Now she gets the cut back here to 3/4.
And Darren Glenn had a winner yet the other day, so we better keep an eye on Cupid's Best Arrow too. Had a very encouraging result last time.
Much better. Much better. That is the 7th. The 8th race is where we kick off the late pick 4. A reminder, we have 11 races, and we will definitely have long times in between races to accommodate Breeders' Cup because we do not want to be stepping on their toes. So we'll stay far away from Breeders' Cup races, which will mean you'll have probably a lot of time to make your wagers in between races this afternoon. The 8th is an optional 40. We're on the grass. We go a quick 5/8. We're in lane 3, and the turf will have some give to it because we did have quite a bit of rain here over the last little while. So the turf is listed as good. Now, I originally handicapped this race thinking we'd probably be off of the grass, but I'm going to stick with what I have, and it's the horse who's been working up a storm in the morning for Mark Cassey, and that's the 6 horse in which we'll find Pietro Moran doing the riding. Horse hasn't raced since February 22nd, but the last works are pretty snappy.
Yeah, La Blitza Negra is this one, and I kind of did somewhat the same thing as you. I said, which horse am I confident can run well on both surfaces? And, the horse has run a bunch of times on turf, hasn't had as much success as what the horse has done in the synthetic. But I just think from a pace point of view, they're going to be going lickety-split here. You got Mankin on a Miracle, you got Sunday as well, you got 50 BMG. I think we have figured out the clue to Sunday as well.
Yeah.
Needs the lead. If he
You're
doesn't get
the
the lead,
end.
His tent gets folded up, packs it up, and says, I'm camping another day. So if he gets the front, and I'm not sure he gets that today, he might be gone, but boy, he does get brave when he gets to the front, that particular horse.
Yeah, but he got brave for a quarter. This is a much tougher, a much tougher race here today. Interesting that 50 BMG, a horse who's kind of disappointed us, me especially, because I've been trying to stick with him to get him home. He's just been a little lackluster the last couple of races. He was claimed out of his last race for 40, and they've waited the 30 days to come back for 40.
And I'm going to give some props to Richie Morton with this frac right. Remember at the start of the year how much of a mess he was in the paddock, and he just go to the front, go to the front, go to the front all the time. Now he's relaxed. He's come from off the pace. He's had 2 good races in a row.
Yeah, I think maybe the cooler weather is helping this guy out as well, just helping him keep a little bit calmer. But you're right. Yeah, he is a horse who needs to chill. Did you see that with Vladdy at first base yesterday? That's exactly what he needs. Just
So Elisa does that to me on the rare occasions we're live in the pick 4 to the 7th race. She's like, Jeff, just relax. We still have one more race to go.
There. 9th race kicks off the final pick 3. The 10th race will kick off the late double, and this is an optional $50,000 claimer going 3/4 of a mile. I was kind of excited because Maximum 50's sibling was in to compete here today. Minimum 40. I just thought that was great. I just thought that was, I mean, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I don't even have to look this horse up. I know exactly who this horse is related to.
I laughed at that.
So too bad we won't see that one. That horse was entered for main track only, and we're staying on the grass. But this is a nice little race, even though we just have a small group now of 5. You have Lutz de la Luna, who's back with mom and dad in Dave Borsk's barn and had a nice win last start out.
And we're going to take a look at that for you right now, because what happened on this particular occasion was Shifty was the heavy favorites, and a Barb Mitchell horse went right after Shifty, and it kind of set things up for a horse coming from off the pace on this day. And this was Luz de la Luna. She is as consistent as Maple Leafs are consistently bad. Like, she is so good day after day after day. She just runs the same race every time. She might not win every time, but you put her in for 50, worst case scenario, she's going to finish third, more often than not.
Yeah, and she's 6, and she keeps on going, you know?
And here she comes right now towards the outside, and, you know, she seems to really get along well with Campos, too. Campos seems to really get the best out of her, and she beats a good horse on this day. Now, I think the complexion of this race has changed a little bit. I originally picked Maximum 50, but I was leery that Biles might put some pressure on. I think we've lost a huge speed component now in Biles, and I think that really helps out Maximum 50, who is trying to become the meet's first 6-time winner.
Yes, you're right about that, because, you know, again, thinking that might happen with like a speed duel up front would have helped to set things up for Lutz de la Luna. That's not to say she doesn't necessarily go to the front. She's done it in the past, just doesn't always materialize for her. Katerina Vasilieva has a nice Augustin horse, though.
Is she? That's what we're going to find out today. She's done nothing wrong so far. Kind of, what do you make of the fact they went down to Prescott? I guess they just found the right race in the book for her, and...
Well, we've seen quite a few of our Woodbine conditioners going down to Prescott. And, you know, it's a synthetic surface. Maybe the races that they wanted to go in here didn't fill. It's kind of hard to say why people make those decisions. It's a bit of a ship. You know, it's about 3 hours, 4 hours, probably with the horse trailer. But if you're going to go there and you're going to win American money, that's all right, because, you know, with the dollar the way it is.
Do you think she's been a pleasant surprise? Like, they did debut her for a tag first time.
I guess so. But, and she is Augustin, she is a Strawbridge horse. So, you know, down the line, she could turn into a lovely broodmare for them as well. But yeah, the 10th race scratched down to a field of 5. The 11th race on the program is a 25 non-2. We should just mention in the 11th race, we do have that carryover in the jackpot high 5, and it's over $61,000. So that is certainly growing. All right, that gets us through the 11 races that we have in store for you this afternoon. And of course, the next thing we always show you are plays of the day, and we will start first with Jeff.
You went 3 for 4, I think.
I did. I had a good day yesterday.
You had a very good day yesterday, which is great. We're going to have a little Anita Margarita coming up in race number 2. That's going to be my key in the early pick 5. My watch lister off that trouble trip last time out is Military Force. My debut threat is Mystical Magic, and Maximum 50. The half to minimum 40 is going to be the best bet on the day coming up in race number 10.
I got a lot of 6s on my program. Race 6, Mystical Magic. We talked about that one. That's the firster. Let's Go Super. Of course, that's our key in the pick 4. Working well. We talked about this. This is the Cassie horse that's working up a storm in race number 8, and the big mare, Lutz de la Luna, in race number 10. I don't know what it is about her, Jeff, and I do really like, you know, Dave Borsk and Lisa McCallum-Smith. I've always admired them and the team that they have and all that. There's just something about her. It feels like we own her too. Like, there's just something about her you want to cheer on.
Remind me, I want to ask them what their plans are, like if they're going to keep racing her next year.
Or if she becomes a broodmare. Yeah, she might be a very interesting broodmare up here.
Try to ask them.
Ron's got I Know You Can Wait. Now that's in the opener on the program. Doug's got Moonlight Promises at 6 to 5 in race number 3. And our Woodbine TV prod has Little Lola in race number 9. Oh, that's an interesting horse. That's that Todd Kettleson horse, the first that ran first start out for a quarter and ran a really game second. Almost won that race. One more jump and had it done. But today they move up to try maidens in the optional 40, and there's no tag. no tag on that one today.
You got one free look.
You got
That's
one
it.
free look, and nobody went. All right, clocker horses for the day today. We have 2 of them. Call Me Bond. I kind of hinted at that one earlier on. This is a barn that doesn't often show up on the Clocker Report. Marjorie Patterson with a work for this one on October 23rd and 48 and 4. That's the Comeback Breeze.
Was Sean Connery your favorite Bond?
Oh yeah, I guess Sean Connery was.
He was a good Bond.
He was a really good Bond. Listen, I kind of like the latest Bond too.
Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig, thank you. Yeah, he's not that bad either.
Do you know that I auditioned
Tutsy.
to be the next Bond?
Jeff,
I just missed the cuts.
Jeff, it ain't happening,
I
buddy.
just missed the cuts. It's Sienna O'Hara's the other one that has made it onto the Clocker Report coming up in race number 6.
Oh, wow.
It's Bratz. Jeff Bratz.
Alrighty, with that, we will take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little Breeders' Cup action.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
This is the biggest race in the world. Pinch me, I think I'm dreaming.
They're off, Midland Dubai World Cup.
And they're into the stretch. 2 of the great racehorses in the world. Giant Killer, by name and by nature. A race for the ages.
Okay, I need you to put your glasses on.
Okay, all right.
I just got a text.
Oh, no, somebody's
from
made you James
a rare,
Bond.
resputable agent. Tom Patton. Read
Oh,
that.
yes, of
Read
course.
what we just put.
I agree. You would make an excellent Bond. Tom.
Thank you, my friend Tom. You can be my agent anytime, my acting agent.
There's so much that I need to say, but I think a lot of it would be wrong
Tom
to
knows.
talk about on TV here.
Tom
Yeah,
knows.
exactly. Okay, there's a little bit of controversy about how they line up Breeders' Cup races.
Yeah.
Like, I always think the Classic should be last. Sorry, that's
do.
me.
I do too.
Okay, but the Classic goes as the 9th. The 10th race is the mile,
Yep.
and this is where we're going to find some Canadian connections. The lone Canadian-based horse, we can say, and that being Gas Me Up, who goes out for Kevin Attard. And I think we have some people who work here at Woodbine that are actually down working at the Breeders' Cup, and they caught up with Kevin to ask him about Gas Me Up.
All right, Kevin, you have Gas Me Up here at the Breeders' Cup, 2nd year in a row you're here, and how has he been training since the mile?
He's doing really well. He had a few good preps at Woodbine before shipping up, so they were all really solid. His last 2 I thought were really impressive. He's kind of handled the travel really well and settled in here at Del Mar nicely. So very happy with the transition.
It's great, and bit of a stalking trip there in the mile. How are you going to deploy the tactics, you think, with Jose Ortiz for this?
We're breaking from the 12 hole. Obviously, you want to save some ground. I thought in the mile we had to use him up a little bit early, coming from the outside post as well, and I think that might have taken a little bit of his game away. So ideally, we'll see how the race unfolds. Try to save ground going into the first turn, and then work out a trip from there. Obviously, this is a very competitive field. We're a long shot in this race, but we've got a horse that I think is improving, and his numbers are trajecting in the right direction in a sense. They're continuing to get stronger. So he's obviously going to have to take another step in the right direction, and at this point, there's no reason why he can't.
And reflecting on last year and the success with Moira, use any of those moments to try and help you out throughout the week?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the more you kind of do this on this type of stage, the more comfortable you are, the more relaxed in a sense. You learn from your experiences. Obviously, sometimes you make mistakes, you learn from them. We're going in here, we're kind of flying under the radar, so I think there's a little bit less pressure this time around. Everything I've seen with the horse is very encouraging, and on any day, anything can happen.
And we saw your celebration here last year, as well as your celebration at the King's Plate this year. What's it like when you see you coming around the turn and you're up in first, and just what's the emotion like?
It's honestly hard to explain. There's so much hard work and so much disappointment in this kind of industry and game, in a sense, right? You lose more than you win. So when you win these types of races, you honestly have to treasure them, and it's just obviously just shows a lot of hard work put in by the team, and it's again, no greater feeling in the world.
All right, and lastly, what's it like to represent Canada, fly that flag, fly Woodbine's flag here at a global event?
Absolutely, it's very important to me. Being Canadian, coming from Woodbine, when we come over here, and I feel a sense of pride, obviously, and there's obligation on my end to kind of represent the country and Woodbine as best as we can. And I just like to make Canadians proud and show everyone in the world, in a sense, that our Canadian horses, our Canadian trainers are just as good as everyone else.
That's something actually we've talked about a lot, especially when you are Canadian and you go down south. It's like, no, we don't race out of igloos. Like we, we actually have a pretty strong base here in Toronto.
Yeah, we do. And I think Kevin brought up a point that I just thought of there too. There's less pressure this time.
Yeah, he can enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a long shot this time. He does have a horse that's on the improve, has got terrible draw, being on the outside. He's going to have to run the race of his life, but we just saw yesterday some big prices, right? So
all these James Bond things keep coming into my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's blowing up. Like,
all right.
So first of all, there's no way you'd drink a martini. You'd be like, ew.
Shaken, not.
Yeah, you'd be like, what kind of beer do you have on tap?
But just think of all the Bond girls that would
I
be
was
in that
thinking
movie.
about all the Bond girls, Jeff, and you'd have to have a lot of energy to handle that. I just don't know.
No?
Maybe you could only have maybe 1 or 2 Bond girls, not like 5 Bond girls for you.
But you know what? I want to have all the cool cars they drive.
Yeah,
and stuff like
you want to have
that.
the cool car. Yeah, you and your Cadillac going 80.
Yeah, 80.
Sorry, I can't go any faster to chase the bad guys. The speed limit's only 100.
Yeah. But you could be like my
sidekick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'd be cute.
I'd be cute.
Yeah,
Believe
you
me.
could be
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, I love it.
All right. What else we got? Oh, Breeders' Cup Classic. We'll go back to the 9th race on the program. That's obviously the highlight.
Yeah.
It's for so many people.
You know why the race is where it is? It's
Why?
because of TV, unfortunately.
Oh, TV.
So they got onto the main block with NBC, and then I guess NBC had other obligations.
I
I'm with you.
understand.
I hate not having the Classic as the
As
last
the
race.
last race, yeah. And of course, the scratch of
that
sovereignty
stinks too.
is significant in this race as well. But you know who I'm kind of cheering for Forever Young? I saw him training.
Listen, Japan is winning everything right now, but they
Yeah.
haven't won this race.
I know,
yet.
I know. I saw him train, and he's got this nice little fun buck and kick that he does when he's feeling good out there. Looks like he's handled everything so well. I mean, that's the horse I'll likely be cheering
Say
for.
hypothetically journalism wins. Okay, hypothetically.
Yeah.
Do you think that does enough for him to be champion 3-year-old over Sovereignty?
I guess so.
Beats
Sovereignty's
older
not
horses?
here for the big dance.
That'd be an interesting discussion.
Yeah, lots of fun there. So a busy day today down at Del Mar, a busy day here today at Woodbine. Don't worry, we won't race anything over top of the Breeders' Cup. We'll have lots of long times in between races to help you out so you can handicap there and handicap here. With 19 minutes on the clock, we are getting set for race number 1. Good luck.